Yakity Yak, starring moi, Goldilocks, and
me, Doc 1 through 6.
And today, thank you very much. And today, me and Doc, can I call you Doc?
Yeah.
Today, me and Doc are going to be playing ping pong.
Yeah.
And I know you might be thinking, I don't see no ping pong table, but not that kind of ping pong. We're doing a talk show, and we're going to be trading questions with each other.
Yeah, so, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Sure, I can start. Okay, let's see. Ooh, I got a good question. Do you consider yourself to be an ordinary person?
Okay, so I'm just going to say that I do not feel ordinary. I feel like I'm very extraordinary.
I would agree with that, yeah.
All right. Next question. All right. So you have a nice haircut. I'm not just saying that to flatter you, but did you have any other haircut choices before you got that one?
Well, this is a very good question, by the way. For most of my life, my hair was like down to here, maybe, like to my shoulders or a little longer. And when I lived in Malibu, that was how most of the girls' hair was, like down to here or longer. And so I didn't really think of changing it or anything. And then when I moved, I realized that my hair looked incredibly boring and that I didn't really like it that much down to here. And so I cut it like really, really short, like maybe down to here about where you can see this part of my haircut. And then it grew out once again to here. And then I was going to get it cut again, and then I had a cardiac arrest, so I got it cut in the hospital. So there's my haircut experiences.
All right, nice. That's your turn.
Ooh, what is your passion and why?
All right, so this is going to be a tough, tricky question, but I think that my passion... So before I tell my most primary passion, I have some little ones like skateboarding, playing the guitar, running.
Those are very good passions.
And parkouring. But one of my most strong passions, I've got to say, is gaming.
Gaming. Oh, yeah. I've seen some of your videos. They're about gaming.
Yeah.
You'd say... Like, with a passion, I would say a passion is something that kind of keeps you going during the day. That's just something you need to do, something you want to do. Do you think that gaming is that?
Well,
exactly.
Yeah, it's like that one thing where it's like, oh, I just gotta play. But, so, ever since a couple weeks ago, I've been starting to notice that playing Fortnite all day isn't really the healthiest.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to minimize my Fortnite playing and doing something else. And if a friend asks, hey, did you see the new Fortnite turret? Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I'd be like, oh dude, I haven't been playing. I'll play this afternoon. And that's kind of my passion.
I think that's really cool that you can do that, where you can say, you know, I know that this isn't really that good for me, so I'm not going to do that. I think that that's really good for a person to kind of recognize that they can do that.
Yeah, all right. So next question on this.
I'll bounce the ball back to you then.
All right, so this is going to be a little YouTube thing. So there are two ways of doing YouTube video. You could script down everything you will say, and then look at a little card and say it on camera. Or you can just wing it and like have a little card, but it's a basic card of what you're actually going to be talking about, and then everything from there is just you speaking your mind.
Right. So what would your question be in this case?
So
what do you want to know?
It would be, would you rather like read what you want off a script or just wing it?
That, once again, good question. I like to think of myself as a pretty creative person, generally. And I think that when I write things down, sometimes it helps me from the big idea, and then I can come up with other ideas. But I also think that when I wing it, there's a lot more kind of creativity going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot more that your brain can come up with. So I think that you shouldn't write every single thing down that you're gonna say, because I would never do that. Maybe just kind of the big ideas, and then you wing it. And then you let your creativity flow wherever it wants to go. And that's
Wander.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay. So, so there's a lot of environmentally bad stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about politics here, people. I'm talking about global warming, plastic bottles, etc., 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 etc. So if you were the queen of the entire world and we're living it, and people are doing the things, what would you do about it?
I think that global warming is a very real thing that's happening right now. And if the world wants to treat us with so much kindness and give us a floor to stand on and gives us all these beautiful trees so that we have air to breathe, beautiful mountains, all these views, these animals, us, if the world wants to give us life and the world wants to give us basically everything we have in life, I think we should treat it with a little more kindness than we do currently. Like dumping trash into its ocean, all that stuff. If I was the queen of the world, I think that I would try and make things environmentally safe for the planet and for all the animals. So like no plastic bags, no stuff that you throw away, reusable stuff.
Like tote bags and reusable bottles?
Right, because I mean, it's not gonna hurt you to not use a plastic bag and instead like use a container for something. Like a sandwich, you can use a reusable plastic container. And I know sometimes, every once in a while, I'll slip and I'll leave trash on the ground or something. So I'm by no means saying that I'm perfect in this case.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Right. And so I think that if I was queen of the world, I would try and hopefully you can edit this out because I'm trying to think of what to say. I would try and help everybody to treat our world with more kindness. So now, I think we have our last 2 questions coming up. So, Doc, I know most of the YouTubers out there, you guys know if you've seen my channel, that I had a cardiac arrest. And it's kind of a big thing that happens.
She could have died, like,
did die for like 5 minutes. It was long story. Long story. And we're not going to get into that today, but Doc, I wanted to ask you, and I wonder this sometimes about other people, if you had a cardiac arrest, like, what would you do? How would you respond to that?
Okay, so if I just passed out on the floor and I woke up in the hospital saying that you're having a cardiac arrest.
Or people telling you that you're having a heart attack, saying you have short-term memory loss, can't remember anything, you don't know if you're in Michigan or Milwaukee, San Diego or something, like you just have no idea what's going on, all that stuff.
I don't really know what I would do. Like, that's a very, very deep question, and I'm not really saying this about cardiac arrest, but I'm saying, like, what if I had skin cancer? What if I had, a very bad disease that could end me at any second? I don't really know, but I feel like I think it would help me knowing that I almost died to make every second count.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, I think that's what I would do, but if I actually had one, I would have probably said something different.
Yeah, exactly. It's different when you're on two different sides of the table. You don't really know what you would do unless it actually happened. I get that. I get that. If somebody told me that I was going to have a cardiac arrest, like, hey, did you know that you're going to have a cardiac arrest? I would be like, what the heck are you talking about? So I get that. Yeah.
All right. So speaking of cardiac arrests.
Last question here.
Yeah, last
I
question.
think.
Last question. What was it like to have a cardiac arrest? Because me, I'm just watching your story on a big screen, and I'm like, what was it like for you as an individual?
That's a super good question. And I think that having a cardiac arrest is, although it's something really terrible that happened to me, I think that it's more of a blessing than a curse in a lot of ways. Just to answer your question in the most understandable way that I can, so that you'll know what I'm talking about. I think that before I had a cardiac arrest, I was a different person than I am now. And I think that having that happen to me, it gave me more chances to not only realize that I can make a difference in this world, and I can try and help other people make a difference, and I can help others, but I can also help myself to be a better person. And I think that that's a really good question, and it deserves a really, really, really long answer. But to keep it as simple as I can, I think that my experience of having a cardiac arrest is bad. It's terrible, but something really, really good came out of it. To answer your question.
All right, that was a deep question.
Yeah.
But it was a really good YouTube video.
Yes.
So, for the end of this, what we're going to do is tell you, do you have any questions you want us to answer? If so, comment it down below. This is only for people on their phone. So,
and thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that like button and the subscribe, cutting you off here.
And after you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when our next videos are gonna come
Right.
out.
So thank you guys for coming to watch the Yakity Yak starring Goldilocks and
Doc 1 through 6.
And we'll
See ya.
see you guys in our next